You should get and build Lappy altar. Long answer. This entire video.
¿Cuánto tempo? Oh no, did my weapon take your seat on the sofa? A pity I was here first. What happened on the carnival stage, you ask? Why so curious?
すっごく盛り上がってたし、進行も完璧。みんなメンツを保ったまま舞台を降りられた。素晴らしいとは思うけど、これじゃ拍手は送れないな。一つくらいはサプライズがないとね。
Lappland Saluzzo, an unemployed lupo from Syracuse, who is the sole daughter of Alberto Saluzzo, the patriarch of the Saluzzo family. But it appears she has separated herself from the family business. And after the recent events in the city of Volsini, she has returned to Rhodes Island, assisting us as a field operator in various tactical and assault operation. Alright, Lappy Alta, or Laptop as what I like to call her, is finally here. This mentally unstable girl is our newest limited character, and is the second 6-star mecha cord caster after Golden Glow. This caster has a really low attack, but to make up for it, they have a quick attack interval. And aside from dealing damage with their own attack, Mecha Cord also controls a drone, or even multiple drones. That will also hit the caster's current target. The drone damage starts low, dealing only about 20% of the caster attack stat, but will gradually get bigger each time the drone attacks, then reset upon changing the target. Needless to say, Mecha Cord is a good archetype if you need someone to focus an arts attack on a single enemy. Though with that said, Lappy does have some abilities to handle crowds. And she is also the only Mecha Cord that specializes in inflicting debuff to the enemy. Now let's see her stats. Much like your typical ranged unit, Laptop has a low defensive stats. And like I mentioned earlier, she has a low attack, but has a quick attack interval and drones to make up for it. But when you use her to face against high resistance bosses, you might need to get her some buffs, or reduce the enemy resistance first. Then let's see her talents. Lappy first talent will make her drone stronger, the longer she is on the field. Every 20 or 16 seconds, she will get the following effect. The first one will increase the drone max damage. The second effect pays homage to her original version, and makes the drone to silence, or disable enemies' special abilities on every attack. This also makes Lappy Alta, one if not the best silence dealer in this game. Which is a very useful effect, if the enemy does have an ability that can be silenced. And for the last buff, she will get one extra drone. The most important thing if you want to get the most out of her damage. It's quite the weight though, so you definitely want to try to deploy Lappy as soon as you can. Getting the potential upgrade to reduce the weight is also a good idea if you can afford it. For her second talent, Laptop will give all Syracusan operators, including herself, more initial SP. Making their first skill activation quicker, and opening up heli drop capability for some operators. One example being Vulpis will benefit a lot from this talent, to activate her skill and generate DP quicker. Then this is her potential upgrade list, ranging from reducing her cost, increasing attack, and improving her talents. Talent 1 improvement is quite impactful. But she is already a very good operator even without duplicate upgrades. So, this is her module. Lappy got the X module, which will increase the base damage of drones from 20 to 35%. Which results in her drone needing one less attack, before they reach the maximum damage. And for stats increase, she got HP and attack. The module upgrade will improve her talent too. Now giving attack speed bonus after the first skill activation to all Italians. but sadly nothing changed to the initial SP bonus. I personally find Laptop to be great even without this module. But all in all, this module is a nice thing to have to increase her performance. Now let's see her skills. Chances are most people will just use Laptop with her skill 3. But her other skills aren't bad. Especially with how interesting is her skill 1. This skill has a passive that will give Lappy 1 extra drone. And allowing her to change to the state where she will get attack bonus. And now her drones has global range. However, the catch here is that the drones will now only attack targets that are not moving. But I think it's not really a big drawback, considering the drones can still attack block targets. And the global range has the potential to be very useful in some situations. Like how I find it useful in the upcoming episode 15 stages. Where this godforsaken hands will oftentimes deploy stationary enemy units. And if you do need Lappy to attack moving targets in her range, you can just make her turn back to her default state. One more thing, the nature of this skill allows her drone to keep attacking, even if Lappy is unable to attack due to some effects like frozen or stun. Moving on, let's see her skill 2. This will give her 3 drones when active, resulting in Lappy having an astonishing 5 drones at the same time. This skill will also expand her range, increase attack, and now the drones have some chance to inflict fear on their every attack. Officially making Laptop the second operator that inflict fear after Nymph. The drone will now also lock to a random enemy. The lock means that the drone will not change target until the enemy is defeated. This also gives an interesting utility, because the drone can still attack enemies that are already moved away from Lappy's attack range. And much like skill 1, the drone will still attack enemies even if Lappy is being disabled. In the damage department, this skill has a very high DPS potential, if the drones and Lappy focus on attacking a single target. That random lock could be a hindrance to do just that. So make sure you already clear any unwanted targets using other ops. As for the fear effect, well, it's a very useful debuff to stall or push enemies away. But I personally almost never find the fear from this skill reliable. There's just too much RNG, compared to Nymph's fear effect that is much more reliable. And lastly, this skill has a quick cooldown. In some situations you might even prefer this than her skill 3 because of that. Last but not least, her skill 3. This will give her a lot of cool stuff. From extra drones, attack bonus, guarantee to inflict fear that lasts for a few seconds. Enemies around the drone will now also take damage. And get their movement speed reduced. Giving Lappy a crowd control capability. And yes, this skill also has a global range. A bit different than Golden Glow S3 though. Because Lappy's drones need to physically move to the enemy position. And this also makes her drones lock onto an enemy like her skill 2. With a huge total damage, crowd control capability, and global range, this is simply a top tier skill that will annihilate almost every enemy on the map. Though there are some downsides. Like how she still struggles against some bosses that have massive resistance. The cooldown is quite long, so bringing an SP support unit is recommended. And there's always the potential of the drone hitting an undesirable target. Most of the time the drone can defeat it if it's a normal or even elite enemies. But that's not the case if the drone hits a static device. Like this laser beam from Jessica Alter event, or stainless S3 turret. So do make sure to consider those static devices if there's any. Or else it's going to be a huge waste of damage. And one interesting thing that I must add. You have also probably heard about this. Thanks to the global range, Lappy is an awesome unit to partner with some elemental dealers to inflict global element damage. Right now we only have Virtuosa with her skill 2. But Lappy is better known to synergize well with the upcoming operator U. Because his element injury type is burn. that will reduce enemy resistance, thus making Lappy's art's damage stronger. For skill that I recommend to master first, it's none other than her skill 3. By default it's a very strong skill, and the mastery gain is also quite impactful, as it increases the attack bonus, increasing the movement reduction, and the drone's art's DOT, as well as reducing the skill cost. The second option is her skill 2, but I personally find the mastery gain quite bland. For skill 1 the most noticeable thing is the skill cost reduction, which allow you to switch between state more frequently. And for her base skill, Lappy will speed up guard and caster operators mastery training. Also gain training speed bonus for each Syracusa operator in the base. So ladies and gents, that is why you should get and build Lappy Alta. A strong caster with a rare global range utility that should be useful to clear Arknights general content. She is also newbie friendly, as she is already a solid unit even at Elite 1, with even more strong abilities to invest for the future. Not to mention she is limited and one of fans' favorite, which probably are enough reasons for some of you to get her. And if you watch this during her debut, which is also the best place to get her, she came with Vulpisfoglia, another strong 6-star vanguard to have on the team. That should be all. Adios.